Welcome back to Insights. Joining me now is Michelle Bailey from the Third Level Crisis Intervention Center. Now, Michelle, can you tell me a little bit about Third Level?
Third Level has been providing services in the area for about 3 years now. We have a street outreach program, a transitional living program, and a youth and family services program.
Okay, and our homeless teens, I know it's Homelessness Awareness Week coming up. Is homeless teens a thriving issue in Alpena?
It's actually a very big issue. Most people don't realize that students that are doubled up and don't have a regular, fixed, adequate place to stay are considered homeless under the McKinney-Vento Act. And there are currently 106 students in the area, in the counties that I cover, that are currently homeless under that definition.
And yeah, how many homeless kids and teens do you help in your center?
Well, in the course of a year, I typically work with about 20 different youth that are experiencing issues with homelessness.
And do more host families need to, be available in Alpena, or do you need a little more help with your...
Well, it would be wonderful if we had some host homes in the area. We are just starting this component of our program, and our orientation is actually on November 13th, 5:30 to 7:30 at our office, which is 115 North First Street. And when people come in, they'll be able to ask questions and find out what it really means to bring a youth into your home.
And that was going to cover, my next question. What is the orientation session on November 13th going to cover?
The orientation session will give you an idea of the kind of youth that you'll be working with, the kind of trainings that you have to go through. It's a little comprehensive. You have to start the licensing process and do a few different evaluations, but that'll all be covered at the orientation.
And being a host family or foster parent, what does that entail?
Well, that really gives the youth an opportunity to become part of a family and kind of work on some things that maybe were issues, budgeting, some employment skills, and just having the general support that they might have been lacking.
And going back to, host families in the area, there's not many in the area. How do you become a host family or a foster parent?
Well, to start, you would attend the orientation, and there'll be a question and answer session. You can find out if it's really a good fit for your family. You have to be willing to adjust to a new person coming in and their unique needs. So after you start the orientation, and if you decide that, yes, this is for me, you go ahead and fill out the application, and the process begins.
Okay, and Homelessness Awareness Week started yesterday, November 10th, and goes till November 18th. What is your center doing to bring more awareness to homelessness and hunger?
Well, it's a big issue for our youth, and street outreach is a part of that. We go to places where the youth hang out and relax, and we let them know that we have services that we could possibly link them up with. A big component of that is letting them get one of our survival packs. And Edward Jones has just done a wonderful collection for us, and we have enough products to create over 300 survival packs. And items that go in there are shelf-stable food, socks, blankets, hats, gloves, some personal hygiene items, all things that when you're kind of bouncing around and don't have a regular place to go, it's nice to have it all in one little pack. So we'll be putting the packs together and distributing those to the youth.
That's great. And there is no foster homes in the Alpena area. Is your center working on building some in the area?
Yes, we would definitely like to increase the amount of foster homes in the area. It helps with family reunification. It's nice to have the parents still be able to have contact with their children instead of going to different counties that do have foster homes.
Okay, and with the orientation session being on November 13th, do you think you're going to have a lot of response from the community come out and want to be a host family or a foster parent?
I hope that we do have a positive response. I mean, we have a lot of community partners, and we've gotten the flyers to them and information to them. So I definitely encourage anyone that would like to help a youth in need to come to the orientation and just get a little bit more information and find out if it's for you.
And the Third Level Center has only been open for 3 years. What future plans do you have in expanding and goals for the center?
Well, currently we do a drop-in, and that is for youth to come and get items that they might need, do some paperwork, have access to a computer, and that's open Mondays and Wednesdays, and that's 3 to 6. You can come in and get a snack, and that's at the office as well. We have all of that stuff at my office, and just kind of grow from there. We'd like to get a bigger space, definitely, but in time, that'll come.
And what other things did you do for Homelessness Awareness Week last year and 2 years ago? What kind of...
Well, there is the Homelessness and Hunger Walk. We participate in that, and we also participate in the Sleep Out that takes place at the Michigan Works parking lot. Unfortunately, this year, that is not an event that will be taking place, but it was wonderful. It really impacts the youth. The youth that participate really get a feel for what it's like to be cold, be outside, and not have all the typical comforts that you're used to.
And what is one thing you want to tell, the Alpena community to get involved and to be a host family? Is it a difficult process to go through, or do you really encourage more of the community to get involved?
I really encourage the community to get involved. In northern Michigan, there are 500 kids in foster care. Each year, 15 to 24 of those kids are aging out, and they have nowhere to go. Sometimes they need a little bit longer and additional support, and I encourage those that could provide that to be available to help our youth and help them be successfully employed.
Well, that'll do it for this week's edition of Insights. Now remember, November 10th through the 18th is Homelessness and Hunger Awareness Week. And if you're interested in becoming a host family, you can attend the orientation session on Tuesday, November 13th at the Third Level Crisis Center located at 115 North First Avenue from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. We'll see you next week.
Insights into Northeast Michigan has been a Channel 11 News public affairs program. If you have any comments, suggestions, or topics you would like to see on a future show, please email us at the web address on the screen. This has been a production of Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation. All rights reserved.